my god!
Oh my god!
Hello and welcome to Ben's Whiskey. In this episode we will be reviewing 3 different whiskies from Talisker. Now Ben, have you had whiskey from Talisker before?
I don't think I have, Ben.
Okay.
Where is Talisker?
That's a very good question. So Talisker is on the Isle of Skye. It is the only distillery, I believe, on the Isle of Skye. I actually went to visit there and it was closed, so it's a very successful visit. But
Very exclusive.
But Talisker's known for, we'll see if you can kind of pick out a flavour profile from Talisker. Okay.
Is it smoke? More smoky. It's way more smoky. Smoked. Yeah.
It's not smoke, actually.
Great, okay.
So, I'm going to let you know now, it's not smoke. There's 3 different whiskies we've got from their core range. We've got the Talisker Skye, which is a non-age statement, very common, you can buy in supermarkets. We have the Talisker 10, and then we have the Talisker 18 as well. And they're all bottled at a very weird AVB, which is 45.8%. So without further ado, let's get into Talisker Skye.
Let's get cracking. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Yes, I can confirm it smells like whiskey.
Good. Progressively, I hope the analysis gets better on each episode.
I hope so too. Quite strong.
It is quite strong.
It is quite strong. Got that like little burn going.
Little burn in the back of the throat, yeah. For me, there's like a saltiness, like a brininess that kind of comes through. There is a little bit of peat, so I'll give you, there's a little bit of smoke, but it's kind of like, it's subtle at the back.
Yeah.
I would say very much kind of seaweed and kelp. I mean, it kind of says, Talisker by the sea, like that is their mantra.
It's on the coastline.
So it's on the coastline, so it's one of these kind of coastal flavours that we're expecting.
Yeah.
But it's probably quite a young whiskey. I mean, it's definitely younger than 10 years old, so you're probably getting more of that alcohol maybe flavour than these other kind of progressive flavours that hopefully will come out in these later
older ones. So does the flavour profile change a lot over the years then?
Yeah, so I'm hoping that when we get to the 18-year-old, that will be a bit more muted in the sense of alcohol, but you'll get maybe other flavours that you might not necessarily associate with these like strong sea flavours, maybe like a dark chocolate and other things like that.
Nice. Yeah, it's strong that.
Yeah,
it's strong.
Well, you can have this one with some water, the next one if you like.
No, it's okay. I'll crack on. I'll crack on. I might just
He's a tough cookie, he'll carry on.
I'll carry on. You're letting me pour it?
I'll let you pour it.
That's intimidating.
So let's go into this one.
Let's have a sniff. Okay, so I mean it smells similar, but like less strong. Definitely less punchy.
It's more rounded, you could say. So you notice the difference with the age, you'd say.
If you said there was a little bit of peat in the last one, I'd say there was more in this one.
There's a little sweetness at the start. I don't know if you noticed that.
Interesting. I would have said salty personally, but
kind of like a salted caramel type of sweetness, if that makes sense. And maybe like some coffee actually as well. I'm getting some coffee for sure. Kind of like very bitter kind of coffee granules.
Bitter. Bitter's the word I was looking for actually.
Yeah.
It is quite bitter. It's much more bitter than the first one
for sure, yeah.
Maybe so the first one has more like alcohol punch, but then this is more bitter. Yeah.
And maybe with that dark chocolate note in the third one.
We'll see.
You might get that. This is 18-year-old. This is kind of like the top end of their core range. I think they have a 25-year-old as well.
Does it get more expensive with age?
Yes, 100%. The older the whiskey doesn't necessarily mean it's better quality. Age does not infer quality, but obviously you're having the cost of maintaining the barrels, checking them, the rarity of them.
Right.
You lose 2% of your whiskey to share every year.
Evaporation.
Yeah, so you're going to have less and less whiskey. Also, the strength of the whiskey is going to go down. Right. Because you're going to lose alcohol concentration. You can only sell a product as whiskey if it's 40%. So there's also like a time curfew. So it might as soon as it goes to 39%, there's no longer whiskey. Right. So there are these like implications and barriers that give you that cost.
What would it be called under 39%?
Scottish moonshine maybe. Ooh.
So are you getting something different from that?
I think it's a lot different than the second one.
Really? In what way?
It's a lot more refined to start with. Bitter notes coming out, definitely that caramel and that coffee note. Again, I'd say for me that dark chocolate note's also coming out, but the saltiness and maybe the brininess and just the alcohol kind of punch isn't there in this one. So you're getting a lot more of the subtle flavours that we had in the 10-year-old.
Right.
Are now more at the forefront in the 18.
Quite silky.
That's very,
quite silky.
Very
coats the mouth.
Kind of waxy in a way,
It's kind of still there as well.
Yeah, there's a very long finish. Do you get that bitterness on the chocolate bitterness on the finish? Like the dark chocolate? I'm maybe talking about like, by dark chocolate, maybe like
sure
80-90% dark chocolate. Not
very,
like, properly dark chocolate.
We're not talking Cadbury's.
No. Not Bourneville chocolate.
I wish I was better at coming up with flavours in my mind.
I think it's quite hard. I think you have to like remember kind of flavours and then associate them with kind of what's in there. There's certain flavours.
It is salty.
Yeah.
It is salty. I can't get too much more out of it though.
Okay. But I think that also kind of comes with time. Like obviously this is the first time you've sipped this. So imagine you've like, obviously not in a day, but imagine like a year or 2 years you've had like a whole bottle of this.
Yeah.
Every time you come back to it, you're going to get something different. And it depends on like, your mood and the day and things. So, out of the 3, if you were buying, well actually would you like to know the prices and then that would maybe help you determine?
Yeah, I mean that would be interesting actually.
The cost between the first and second can differ depending on deals. You could maybe pick this one up for about 30-35 and the 10-year-old probably is in the same ballpark as well actually. So these two are very similar. The 18-year-old for an 18-year-old is pretty good. That probably retails around £70-75.
Okay.
So that's
still quite expensive.
It is quite expensive. So yeah, I think if you were starting a collection and you wanted the Talisker, definitely the 10 or the Skye to make sure you liked it. And then maybe looking at if you really, really like it and want to just look at something a bit more complex, maybe then going into
I think that's probably got the best taste as well.
I would say
and maybe for a reason, because it's had more time to develop the nuance. It's not just like a bang with the alcohol.
Burn. Okay, well that has been episode 2 of Ben's Whiskey. Join us next time for episode 3.
And some top analysis.
Some top analysis.
Great.
Alright,
thanks,
high
Ben.
five.
Boom.
Woo!